Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, an actual play podcast. Every episode microplot is a complete adventure with a beginning and an end that fits into the overarching macro plot of the whole season. Because they stand sturdily on their own, you can listen to these adventures in any order, and you can skip any you don't enjoy. Today we are playing using the combat mechanics from a game called Travel-Sized Role-Playing Game, or TSRPG. It's our second... I have written here first. It's our first time playing, so we might make some mistakes. It's our second time playing, so we might make some mistakes. If you enjoy these mechanics, you can find Travel-Sized Role-Playing Game on drivethrurpg.com, where it is a platinum bestseller. Build your own travel-sized role-playing game character and play a game with friends. Speaking of friends, today we are joined by Oliver, air quotes, Bud Mason.
Hi, how's it going? I'm Oliver, and yes, I thank you for the clarification, but I'm going to stick with the Bud. It's my new identity. I am a tall, beautiful black man with a short afro. Previously chocolate brown eyes, but now they glow green. And my typical outfit is just these red lifeguarding shorts. I am more of a mental character, regardless of how I look. So I have a 2 in physical and a 3 in mental. However, for defensive things, these shorts are actually pretty sturdy and they give me a +1. My character is charismatic, so extra good at those sort of interactions. And I also have a magic flower on me that gives 2 uses of +2 mental stat. That's just sort of a manifestation of the plant magical abilities that I have since I became the spiritual personification of spring.
Wonderful. And Grumm Mozar.
I am Grumm Mozar. I am an 8-foot-tall golem of stone and steel. As you might imagine, I'm more of a physical character. I have 4 physical, 1 mental. I have a +1 durable good that is a shield. And I have a +2 consumable and vulnerability slab of 2 uses. As you can imagine, built as I have an enduring capability.
Oh, you guys are a good team. You got a tank and a thinker. All right. Yeah. This is a good buddy cop movie. I really like buddy cop movies. So, I may reference Shanghai Noon and random stuff.
Yes, I've seen them. Feds is my favorite, by the way.
Which one?
Feds.
Ooh, I'll have to see it. Okay, so players, please take off your headphones for 1 minute, keeping an eye on the video because I'll wave when it's time for you to put headphones back on. Listeners, travel-sized role-playing game is travel-sized, so you can play it by rolling dice or drawing a card or by simply thinking of a number. To be completely fair, all the challenges I built into the adventure already have a predetermined GM number I wrote down. That you, the listener, will notice will be the same number in both companion episodes. For any spontaneous challenges I don't see coming, these are the numbers in order that I, the Game Master, am going to use. 5, 14, 3, 8, 12, 13, 6, 14, 2, 12, 6, 1. If I run out, I'll start at the beginning. And so that you guys know, this is the second companion episode. So we recorded the other one first, and we're recording this one second. All right, I'm waving my players back in now. Maybe. There we go. Welcome back, players. These TSRPG games are companion episodes, which means that I, the Game Master, will be saying the same word-for-word prompts to 2 different groups of players. Neither group knows what the other chose, or what the result was. Players will naturally make different choices. 2 different parties end up with wildly different results. This makes companion episodes really fun to listen to. What could have been down that other decision path? Listen to the companion episode, and you might find out. You, the players, have maximum free will. Any questions?
No.
You are on a boat. Its bow, magically propelled, cuts through glass-flat, Caribbean blue water. You approach a hut, very similar to one of the famous ones in the Maldives. Maldives? I sent you guys a picture as a teaser in the chat before the game. With a tan thatch roof, white lounging chairs, and a teal pool under the bright, bright sun. The main differences are that this building is much larger than a single hut. expansively sized like a resort, and that the platform extends down, down, down under the crystal clear water for at least 2 stories before it fades into nebulous blue. How are you each feeling about this overnight trip the fire-breathing kittens have unexpectedly received a mysterious invitation to?
Water always makes me a little bit uncomfortable because I do not so much swim as sink, which would be quite a challenge trying to get off of the bottom, especially seeing how far this goes down.
Well, no worries. I would help you.
All right.
Don't worry. I got your back, Jack.
The captain of the speedboat pulls it up to a dock next to lifeboats. Before she releases you to go have fun, she points to the lifeboats and, like a bored stewardess, gives you a safety speech they've clearly recited 100 times.
Here's your safety and introduction speech I have to give you. I and my boat will be back tomorrow. Outings are every even hour between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. from the bottom level. The kitchen level's all-included cafeteria is open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. You'll find a name tag on your assigned suite in the sleeping level. The room keys I gave you each earlier will work on that suite door. In the event of an emergency, here is where we keep the lifeboats. Proceed in an orderly manner to a lifeboat. Do not depart until the lifeboat is at least half full. If you are in a room with a lifeboat exit shaft and you don't feel capable to operate the lifeboat, tell one of our staff and we will change your room to an interior windowless room. In the event of an emergency, help yourself before helping others. Life jackets are in the lifeboats. Each life jacket has a beacon, she points to a little metal thing, that will glow upon making contact with water. If your life jacket does not inflate, there is a straw you can use to inflate your life jacket manually. And she demonstrates, holding the straw up and blowing in it. Does everyone feel safe?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm looking at the lifeboats, seeing if they would hold me. I know the life jacket won't help.
You looked at the lifeboats! Okay, for people listening to companion episode number 1 and this one, I just want to say these are so interesting to GM. The other group did not give a hoot about the lifeboats and just walked off. I'm so proud of you. Okay, so I just love the differences. Okay. If they look around or at the boats or ask a good question on their own, please make a perception check, a mental challenge with a range of 5.
Are we both doing this?
You didn't look at the lifeboats.
Okay, but I believe, Grumm, if you look at the lifeboats and are like, hey, Oliver, look at this. What do you see? I get to add a +1 to his roll, correct?
Very
or to
good.
his range.
Yes. Because when you help someone, you add a +1 to their range, and NPCs can help you too. I'm going to write down this number on this piece of paper. I've got this big marker so you can see it. Writing that down. There you go. Okay. The way this works is if you guess that exact number, you critically succeed. And if your range overlaps that number, you succeed.
Okay. Why am I having a Ghostbusters moment? I'm going to say 3.
Okay, and what's your range?
+1 for my mental.
So +2 because you have me.
+2. So, right. So anything from 5
anything other
to
than 1?
2. I think 5 to 2. Or no, 5 to 1 because it's... Yeah, okay.
So you will succeed on this because
on
you
this
guess...
regardless. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm writing this down. So I write down the 3 was the guess.
Yes.
And then on the left, I'll write a 1, and on the right, I'll write a 5. And the number was a...
2. Okay.
Yes. You notice the lifeboats need repair.
Can I repair them now?
Be in character. What would you do?
So...
Oh, actually, it's Grumm that noticed this. Yeah.
Well, but Grumm did have me
I don't
look
think
as well,
those
right?
are going to hold me. They may not hold you.
Well, I'm a great swimmer, but maybe we should do something about this first. These lifeboats are made of wood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they're dilapidated. Can you describe what's wrong with them, why they need repair?
Yes. They are wood, and there are holes in between the planks, so small leaks, if they were placed in water, small leaks would sprout up from the ocean into the boat, making you constantly have to bail them out.
Perfect. So I am going to try to use the plant magic inherent in my character to reanimate the wood and have it grow together to fill in those gaps.
Okay, are you just walking over to the lifeboat and doing this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't think somebody's going to stop me, are they?
Well, there's the captain right there. And so
Yeah.
are you going to like make
sure.
her on board?
I can turn to her and say, "Oh, hey, I noticed that your lifeboats, look like they need a little updating, maybe a little repair. It happens, I can fix that for you real quick."
Please make a mental challenge as you try to convince her that you are capable of fixing this problem.
Okay.
And I will
Now
write down a number.
Now,
And
if
what's
it
the range?
helps, if it helps, Grumm is looking worriedly at the lifeboats, like he definitely doesn't believe they're going to hold him.
You get
Oh.
+1 to your range because of the fellow customer's concern.
And I believe this is a charisma thing too.
It does sound like a charisma thing.
So this is a 3, 4, 5. So plus or minus 5.
And this is a 15-point range. I've written down the
Ooh,
number.
buddy. All right, we're going to go with 8.
Okay. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you'd get up to 13, right?
Okay. And down to 3. Character is slightly surprised that this person is so resistant to having free repair work on their lifeboats.
So the number is a...
14. Great.
Yeah, so that's not within range. Can you describe... Grumm, why don't you roleplay as the stewardess? And Oliver, try to convince... It ultimately doesn't work, but try to convince them to repair it right now. You could do it with the wave of your fingers,
Yeah, so that I said what I said. Grumm, you're role playing the captain.
This horrible person, says Shane.
No, you can't touch that. Anything that we do has to be covered by the company. It'll void our warranty.
Are you sure? I mean, it's a little. It looks like it's a little beyond that point, and I mean, this is kind of my wheelhouse.
If I let you touch them, it's my job. I really can't let you touch anything.
What if you just kind of turn around and go about some duties and you see nothing? I don't know.
They'll ask me. They inspect everything on the other end of the trip. They'll ask me how it happened, and if I can't explain it, it's my job.
These passed inspection? You sure?
That's what they tell me. They do checks every time before they leave, and they make notes of everything.
How do you feel about that? The fact that they are willing to send you out on a boat with lifeboats that are obviously non-functional, and they signed off that these are acceptable guards on your life.
It's not my job to make choices like that. I'm not paid to do that.
Whoa. All right. So I want you to name the stewardess, Grumm. The person who says it's not my job for me to stay alive. I'm adding this person. This is a character now. What's her name? The captain.
Alina Bowden.
Lovely.
All right. Alina Bowden, the captain, is willing to take this ship down if the rules say to.
Also, just a request. Can she be a tabaxi?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because I'm picturing her now as, did you guys ever see Treasure Planet?
A long, long time ago.
I don't know why I'm picturing her as that like cat lady that's the captain of that boat that's all rules oriented, and that's just the picture in my head now.
Yeah, rules before independent thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, on
Have
one
to follow
hand,
orders.
Yeah, captains do follow orders. I do get it. It's a believable character. I just am worried.
And they do go down with the ship.
No worries. Well, okay. So what happens next? Like, does she go off on her captain duties?
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah. So this boat.
Am I left alone?
Yes. Let me describe this. This boat departs with this tabaxi. I'm sorry, cat. That's a copyrighted. Catwoman captain who loves rules more than anything. She sails off. These lifeboats are attached to this platform. You're on the deck level, and around you, perhaps not observing you at all, there's a. 1 second. To show which people you'd have to stealth and not get to notice you, a tall, slender woman with golden hair is sitting on a pool lounge chair, painting on an easel. She's not really looking at you. She's looking at the ocean.
She's distracted.
Yeah. And in the ocean just off the deck, a group of older adults is standing in a line to get dunked by an intense 6'8", 400-pound man who is wearing a full literal business suit in the ocean. So there's like baptisms going on. and a person painting on a lounge chair. They're not looking at you. As this captain sails off, she'll be back tomorrow morning.
Oh, wait. Are we not on this boat right now with the captain?
The boat dropped you off on the hut.
Got it. And
platform.
the lifeboats
Are on the hut.
What? Okay. I thought we were going on a boat. All right.
So I'll describe this again. Like the Maldives, there's a thatch roof on a big deck. And the deck is slightly above the ocean's level. The ocean is glass flat. The deck has a swimming pool on it. It has lounge chairs on it. And there's shaded areas so you don't have to get sunburned. And inside one of those shaded areas is stairs down. And there's more than one level to this, and it goes down several stories.
Is this like the Maldives where the water's 3 feet deep under the hut?
I've made it slightly deeper. At least 2 stories deep, but it's so crystal clear and blue, I magically say.
Okay, so so we might actually need boats. All right. So, Grumm, can you give me a hand here?
Absolutely.
I just want you to stand right here. Grumm is a very large person. He makes a great wall.
Grumm makes a great statue or gargoyle. He will absolutely block view to you.
Yeah, so I position him to block view from anyone else around, and I attempt to just channel my will into the wood of these lifeboats, and like I said before, just have the wood grow and expand. It does it naturally. Wood loves to grow. It's in its nature, and now I'm just helping it along to grow the way I want and fill in those gaps and just become a little more seaworthy.
Yeah. Do you use your physical or mental stat for your magic?
Mental.
Okay. What's your mental range?
Mental range is 3.
+1 from your ally helping you. So
Yes.
You have a range of 4. What's your middle number? Is your choice number?
Well, you always have to give us what the...
Oh, sorry.
Is this a 5, a 10, a 15?
15.
Where are we at?
Sorry, my default is 15.
Still 15. Jesus.
That's what the rulebook says is average.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You notice that 5 was completely unfailable.
I know.
And 10...
I would have thought 10 was average, but I don't know. Okay.
Well, if you randomly, then 10 would be. But if you're smart and you don't pick so that your range is negative or beyond the positive limit, then 10 is also basically...
Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing the math on a smart 15-point challenge, and I think it's about 66% successful, which is about the same as D&D.
And I think the top challenge is a 30, so 15 as average makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 is a little easier than 30. We had a really high challenge, 25 in the other game, when they went to go for the boats. And let's just say they didn't notice that they needed repairs. And
Yeah. Are you using a random number generator for these?
I did. I used random.org, which is a true random number generator.
So it's not you're going to pick automatically the ends of the spectrum. Got it.
Right. I didn't want to human it. So instead, I wrote down all the numbers beforehand, and that's when you guys took your headphones off. That's what I read to the listeners, so they know the sequence of numbers.
Ah. All right. Well, it's a challenge of 15, so again, we're going to go in the middle. I'm going to choose 8.
Which means that your range is 13 to 3?
It's a 4-point range this time, so I think it's a little 12 to 4, I think.
12 to 4.
I personally, as a GM, am rooting for you, but the number was
3.
Yeah. So describe someone noticing you. I think that's a better explanation, because your magic works, obviously. But maybe a good explanation of why this didn't work is that one of those 2 people I described...
I will take the...
Would that mean it didn't work, or does that mean that I did it, but I got noticed?
Ooh, I like that better. The lifeboats have been repaired, because obviously your magic is able to seal a half-inch gap in wood, That works. And...
all right, so Grumm, take it away. Who noticed us?
Grumm will take the hit on this. Because he is so tall and so large and statue-like, and he is... covering Oliver's escapades. Unfortunately, it's also tall enough to get in the way of the sun of the lady sunning on the deck. So I am taking away her sun and her ability to tan.
The one who was painting?
Yes. I'm taking away her light.
Oh. The woman with golden hair sitting in the lounge chair tilts her head and its large white sun hat up to look at you, Grumm. She holds her slender hand up to shade her eyes. From her perspective, the sunbeam frames you, creating an almost holy effect. She gasps and exclaims, "Beautiful!"
Thank you. Not often used to describe me.
She peeks her head around you and sees you have finished the work. You were not caught doing that. It's just that she sees Oliver and, I mean, you're a lifeguard. You have, what, a six-pack? You know.
Oh, yeah, he's cute.
She gasps again. "Oh, you two are a font of inspiration." This is a New England accent, which, okay, I don't know what that means. I'm just going to random accent this. I'm going to try to Boston, try to New York.
Yeah, like Boston?
Water?
Yeah.
You
Park the car.
You all are a font of inspiration.
You two are a font of inspiration. I don't know. Look, don't come for me. Such fitness, such vigor. My muse. I must capture you. You simply have to model for me. She grabs her easel, canvas, and paint and starts to head inside the resort. Do you follow her?
Grumm, she called you beautiful. I don't know. What do you think?
That's definitely a new one for me.
I think you got to roll with this, man.
I've never been painted before. It's a new experience. I think I will go.
Maybe we can convince her to paint on you. It'll be a whole experience. I got you, man. I'm your wingman. Let's go.
I don't know about that, but he still is going to go in and...
Oh, and Oliver, you recognize her.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, this is Sarah. Sarah Desiree, the "You Know Who My Family Is" lady from the fugue tracing episode.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you helped rescue her from when she was lost. She didn't know how she'd gotten there, and you helped her go back home.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, so we follow her, and they say, "So how you been, Sarah?"
I've been good. I came here to relax after that whole fugue debacle. My family, you know my family, of course. We Desirees own this resort.
Oh, very nice. Well, it's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. She leads you down past the kitchen level, past the sleeping level, to the outings level. There's 3 underwater levels. Kitchen, the one with all the bedroom suites, and then the outings level. Carrying her easel, canvas, and paint, she strides confidently down a hallway. She's holding the door open to a large, expansive suite. So she turned... this bottom level also has other things on it, but she turned and took you to a secret area that the other group didn't get to go to. Woo! I'm excited as the GM.
Okay, yeah, we follow along eagerly. I mean, her family owns this place. This is a connection. All right.
Networking. She's holding the door open to a large, expansive suite. It seems that half of this level is magical engineering equipment to keep the resort running, and the rest is a luxury owner's suite. The door she's opening is to a large, open concept layout living area, with open kitchen, open dining room, open living room, all centered around a huge central column that seems integral to the platform structure.
Dude, she invited you to her bedroom.
Grumm looks like he has no idea what that means, but he's going to duck and enter the suite.
She positions a giant sketch pad on the easel at a plush couch in the living area, facing a stage-like raised platform, and gestures for you to stand on the stage, Grumm.
Not knowing what the stage is made of, I will very delicately try and step up onto the stage.
Like a cement-like stone. That's what all the exterior walls and ground are made of, yeah.
So it will definitely hold me. Okay.
Yes.
I will climb up onto the platform and just stand there.
She marvels. Such straight lines. What is your workout routine? Sarah asks while sketching you.
I don't have to work out. I don't work out much. I just am what I am.
Yeah, he woke up like this. This is just au naturel.
She looks kind of jealous. It takes a really long time, actually. An hour has gone by, and then she says, satisfied, "Amazing!" and with a flourish of her charcoal, beams a celebrity white smile at you. "Thank you for modeling for me. I'll color in this outline later. And if you want, I can trace this sketch and give you a copy before you leave tomorrow."
Please.
I think he would love a personalized autograph copy of such exquisite artwork from an artist as renowned as yourself.
Oh, the networking. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she loves you guys. And as she opens the door to let you guys be free in the resort, she says, "Have a wonderful time at the Desiree Resort."
Well, it won't be the same without you. Hopefully we get to hang again.
She definitely winks at you. Yay. So you have inspired an artist. This painter found her muse, and you guys are currently on the outings level. Do you want to do more stuff in the outings level or go to a different level?
I feel like we haven't really explored the outings level yet. What else is here?
Okay.
Outings sound fun.
Yes.
And just above the table, we have no idea why we're here. We just know that fire-breathing kittens sent us.
Well, no. You received a mysterious invitation for an overnight trip. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Because that's never gone poorly in the history of fire-breathing kittens.
So I'm learning.
That's never Loki.
So outings do sound fun.
You walk through the hallways of this outing level and you see an older 4.5-foot tall mountain dwarf woman is standing beside a round industrial door and a row of underwater suits and is just putting the helmet on her own suit. She has graying golden hair and tan skin.
What is it you are doing and what are the suits for?
She turns to face you, and with a Scottish accent that this GM can't do but will try. My attempt is to write down Scottish slang words, and I'm going to use those in my speech. Anyway, so she says, "Grumm!" She beams and shuffles over in her bulky underwater suit to give you a handshake. "Imagine seeing you here. Here. What brings you?"
Brynry. We received invitations. Turns and gestures. This is Oliver. He has accompanied me on this trip.
Howdy.
"Oh, what a fine loon," which means a boy or young man. "You just make me want to curry you," which means to snuggle or cuddle, and she pinches your cheek.
I let her. It's fine.
Oliver, this is Brynry. She is the one who found me and reactivated me after a very long time.
Oh. How would you describe your relationship?
She fostered me. She took care of me. She is the one who encouraged me to join fire-breathing kittens to gain more life experiences.
So I was correct. I'm sensing a mother figure kind of thing going on here.
He is definitely warmer to her than you have seen him be to anybody.
I like that.
And she explains as she looks at you, "This fine young man with his amazing talent was born to be an adventurer. I was happy to introduce him to the life, and he protected me as I'm getting a little bit up there in years."
Yeah, I mean, he's been a great addition. That was a good call.
Brynry, what are these suits for? Why are you here?
"Oh, I'm a tourist, and I'm happy to jap about in the water," which the internet told me meant splash. "The guide should be here soon. Would you like help putting on your suit?" She holds a suit up by the leg to help you get into it.
How deep is the water right here? Still the 2 stories?
About 15 meters.
Ooh,
it would
buddy.
give you the bends if you were just to go down there. Yeah. You definitely need a suit.
What do you think, Grumm?
Well, I'm curious to see if they'd have a suit that would fit me and if I might even need one.
They do have a suit that fits you. And what are you again? You're like a construct made out of stone or something?
Stone and metal, yes.
Yeah, you don't have any bubbles in your circulatory system to get the bends. So if you want to go out without a suit, you can.
Okay.
I mean, what bends?
What bends? I'm lucky
Yeah.
I bent. So I think Grumm will forego the suit.
Okay. So she's gesturing to Oliver then when she holds up a suit leg.
Oh, sure. I'll put one on.
Okay, and she says, "What's the crack?" Which means "what's up" in Scottish.
We don't really know yet. We're just kind of here exploring, and we were invited, and we don't know why yet, but we're gonna find out.
She locks eyes with Grumm, and she's like, "Bairn, you came here on a mysterious invitation, and you didn't ask me for advice?" And she looks kind of offended.
You were not at your shop. I thought maybe you were out on another adventure.
"I need a cell phone." She, meta thinks to herself. That makes sense," she says out loud. Okay, so, a young man wearing a bright pink t-shirt branded with a logo that says Desiree, khaki shorts, deck shoes, and a walkie-talkie rounds the corner and smiles at you all. "3 people, perfect. This is a good-sized group." He claps his hands and saying, "May I?" gestures for permission to check your suit tubing connections for Oliver and Brynry.
Yeah?
Okay, he checks your suit tubing connections and makes sure that they are good and you will not die. Please describe what you look like in your underwater suit.
I imagine I look much like myself. I'm imagining this is like a neoprene wetsuit kind of thing. And I'm a fairly standard size, so it fits normally.
Yeah. Now in a suit himself, he gestures towards the large industrial door. You hear his voice magically in your helmet. As we head out, there are 3 things to keep in mind. First, because we will be about 15 meters below the surface, it isn't safe for you or you to leave your suit, pointing to Brynry and Oliver.
Okay.
Keep it on at all times. Second, if you get lost, press this button on your arm and it will shine a light towards this door. Third, any souvenir like a seashell you find is yours to keep, but please do check it for wildlife before bringing it inside. We've had a few octopi sneak into the resort that way. And without checking to make sure you understand, the industrial door opens. He turns the spokes to open the industrial door and reveals a glass tube room with another door at the end, a decompression room. He steps inside.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hold the door for Brynry and Oliver and follow behind them.
The decompression room whooshes with the sound of gas escaping, and bubbles rise above the glass tube ceiling up to the surface. Water slowly fills the room. The resort staff member rotates a giant round spoked wheel. He finishes and opens the door to the ocean. Brynry boldly steps out first, beating you to the punch.
Oh, all right. I guess we're going.
So at this point, when we go out of the tube, how far above the floor are we?
You are standing on the ocean floor.
Oh, we are on the ocean floor. Good. I was going to say, I'm expecting to step out and drop. Okay, so I'll walk out onto the ocean floor.
Pick a number between 1 and 15 to see what you find down here.
Each of us, or?
Yeah.
Okay, pick a number 1 through 5.
15.
Oh, sorry. I misheard that. It's always 15. 9. So let's see. This is probably mental observation. We don't really get anything extra, so there's going to have a 3 range.
No, I've got a table. I made a table.
Oh, good. Wheel, I'll pick... All right, you picked 9.
I picked 9.
So you're going kind of in the... Wait, back up. Just suggestion, slight metagaming. Why don't I pick 5 and you pick 11 so that we cover more of the range?
Is it a range or just a table?
It's a table.
Okay.
Wait, I thought we have because it's a table to determine whether we're in or not, right?
No, just what we find.
Yeah, it's a treasure table.
Oh.
You know how, in other games, you're like,
all
what
right,
did you
never
find
mind.
when you loot the body? You get, fish bones or whatever. It's a random treasure table.
Okay, I pick 5.
Okay. 9. Grumm. You see black circles that are, upon closer inspection, are coins from long ago. 5. You see an abandoned anchor.
Okay. That seems heavy, but okay.
It is. Very heavy. Pick another number.
1.
You find kelp with seahorses.
Ooh.
I'll go all the way to the top and say 15.
As you're picking up a sealed bottle with a curled scroll of paper visible inside, you notice the distance at 2 o'clock is a darker blue than the rest of the ocean, a shape.
I'll gesture to Oliver and Brynry and the guide and point to the shape.
Everyone, because Grumm included you, please do a mental challenge with a range of 15 for your perception check.
Perception. So maybe now's the time that one of us go high and one of us go low.
And now you see why it's not 10. Because if it was 10 and you guys did that, you would automatically succeed.
I'm gonna go 5.
I'll go 11.
Can you say your ranges too?
Oh, my range is 3.
So from 8 and down to 2?
And mine would be 1, which would mean 10, 11, and 12.
Okay, so if it's a 9, you're going to be mad at me? Thankfully, these numbers are predetermined, and I can't play pranks on you. The number was a...
13, which is still out of my range.
Yes. Crap. So neither of you can really make out... Yeah?
Unless since I pointed it out to everybody, the NPCs give us a +1.
Oh, they do. They do. So your range
how
is
many
actually...
NPCs are there?
So my range would actually be...
You get a +1. So your range is actually 13 from NPC assistance, which hits the number. Because of the assistance of Brynry, as she says, "Is that sparkling?" You notice a sparkle. The immense creature towering above you reminds you of a daddy long-legged spider. Its huge legs stretch out to the left and right, very far. Its shell is red and white striped like a candy cane. The frontmost left claw catches the light. This claw isn't pinching like the other one, but is unmoving. This claw is shiny gold. Flakes of gold gently snow off of that claw, settling rapidly down to the ocean floor.
So this thing towers even above me.
Yes.
Grumm being Grumm will put himself between it and everybody else.
Noted.
I'm not sure this thing is dangerous yet. I'm still watching and waiting.
Okay.
It could be friendly.
It notices you and rushes forward. It was 40 feet away. Now it is suddenly much closer. You guys have a turn to react. What do you do?
I'll take my shield off my back and brace to get, like, as I said, I interposed myself between it and everybody else.
Yeah. I'm going to call out from behind the shield, "Hey, Sunshine, you're gorgeous. What's going on?"
Are you trying to do a check to make it your friend?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a mental challenge with a range
And a
of
charisma challenge.
Yes.
And I'm also... Wait, how many people are around right now?
You get a +1 from allies.
Oh, not from each
I'm
ally.
not giving you NPC crowd bonus. You would have an infinite... If the crowd could help you one per person, you would have an infinite number, so I'm not doing that.
Okay, so it's one total.
I think so, yeah.
Is Sarah here with me?
You tell me, did Sarah suit up and come down here with you?
No. So it's okay. So just, what's her face? The mom figure.
We have Brynry, and I don't think we ever got a name for the guide, so...
Yeah. So I'm going to bring Brynry on this. Brynry, isn't this thing gorgeous? Don't you think that it would make a great painting? We need to go find Sarah at some point and have a painting done, right?
Find who?
Sarah, I'll introduce you later. But just look at this thing. It's gold and pretty and, it's so cute, right?
I have a question for Grumm's player. Would you like Brynry to try to fight with you or to go back to the glass tube decompression room?
Grumm being Grumm, me, more people are always good, but Grumm being Grumm, he wants her as safe as possible.
Okay, communicate that in character.
Okay. And I don't know, because they can speak to each other because they're in the suits. Grumm is not in the suit.
Right. You can't say anything.
I can't say anything.
You can hand gesture.
All I can do is look at Brynry and point back to the tube.
Okay, so Brynry listens to what Oliver is saying, something about a painter. I don't know. And looks at the hand gesture that Grumm is doing, bracing with a shield and being back to the tube. And she pats you gently on the shoulder, Oliver, and says, "Well, a painting sounds lovely, dear. But it seems that Grumm wants to protect me, so bye-bye. And because of your choice, she's going to not be eligible to die during this scene."
Great. Okay, so I'm on my own with this. All right, so my range is 4. It's a 15 check. I'm going to go with 10.
Which means your critical hit number is 10 and your range is 14 to 6. The number is
8.
What exactly did you say to that crab?
I was saying, how pretty it is, and, hi, and how are you? I'm being friendly.
I find it kind of amazing that this works, but so saith the numbers. And the crab pauses. You can tell that it was definitely about to attack you both 4 times. Total, 2 each. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And instead, it pauses and it holds up its gold claw at you. And it's looking at its own claw. Is this what you're calling pretty?
Yes, so shiny?
It has many direction, left, right, left eyes, and they're looking both at its claw and at you. That was your turn. Yeah, all right, so now to Grumm. What do you do, Grumm?
So, and again, I don't hear anything,
Oh, yeah.
but disadvantage of not having a suit. But I see him pop up behind the shield and do something. No idea what he does, but the crab stops and looks at its claw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it doesn't look like it's going to attack.
Right now. No. Right now it doesn't.
Okay.
Says the disappointed GM who wanted combat.
I'm going to lower the shield a little bit, be less threatening. As less threatening as an 8-foot statue can be, I will be less threatening. And just wait and see what the crab does.
All right, noted. This furthers the friendly atmosphere that is going on. We're back to Oliver. What do you do?
This thing is a crab. What do you think it eats?
Us?
Psh, you're a rock. You're not tasty.
Hopefully not.
Japanese spider crabs eat dead or decaying fish, invertebrates, and algae. They sometimes pry open mollusks, tear and eat live algae, and catch small marine invertebrates.
Okay. So they kind of eat everything. So I am going to focus on a small clump of algae and channel some growth magic into it and make it grow into big, like, tasty blooms of algae that are juicy and tender and succulent.
Oh, the seaweed with the seahorses earlier?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. The seahorses, holding their tails onto the kelp, find that the kelp is growing and growing and growing. There's such a lot of kelp now. The crab reaches with its not gold claw. The gold claw doesn't seem to be able to open or close. And it grabs all of the kelp from the roots, pulls it up with a puff of dust from the seafloor, and sticks the entire thing, seahorses and all, into its mouth. The little claws around its mouth help push everything into its mouth.
Yeah, does it look happy?
It's munching.
So out of curiosity, the gold claw, while it's doing this, does it look like it's encrusted, or does it look like something else? In other words, is it something that could be fixed?
I'm not gonna be able to answer a meta question, is it something that can be fixed? But I can answer the does it look encrusted. You do not see any red and white shell beneath the gold. It is a solid gold, and as you watch it, particles of gold snow off of the claw, settling rapidly down to the ocean floor. As the ocean water hits the claw, bits of it turn into gold and settle down to the floor.
Yeah. To me, that seems like it's kind of like the question is the gold inherently part of the crab, or is it something on top of the crab? And to me, this seems like it's kind of inherently part of the crab. It's just a gold crab.
Right. My goal was to see if it's something that we could fix so that it could use both claws and not just one. But if it's not something that's like that, then...
I did not say it could be fixed or not. I said a description of the item. You must decide if it can be fixed or not.
Okay,
yeah.
That's fair.
I'm not going to meta the game for you. I'll describe the scene.
Well, I mean, it seems like this thing's pretty happy now. Did we just successfully avoid combat?
Nope. It hasn't ended yet.
Oh, okay, we're still in this.
Yeah, there's an end condition for this scene, and you're not there.
Okay. Well, that was my turn. Grumm, what you got?
So if the crab is occupied eating, I am going to go and take a closer look at that claw if it will let me get close.
It does let you get close. You have established a friendly relationship. Sighs the GM sadly. And I love combat.
What, you wanted violence?
I love violence.
She chose violence this morning.
Yeah, you can look at it. What are you looking for?
Basically, I want to see if there's a way to make it be able to move. Does it let me touch the claw?
Yeah, you can touch the claw. What do you touch it with?
My hand.
Your finger, maybe?
Yes.
That finger turns into gold, is suddenly very heavy, and the base of it creaks alarmingly when bent, as if it might separate from the rest of, I wrote here, the suit at any moment, but your hand at any moment.
So I've got a hand that doesn't work.
You've got a finger that is rigid.
Just a finger.
That's why I put you guys in suits.
Turn back and show it to Oliver.
That's okay. So we've got a Midas crab. Okay. This, can I, this seems like a problem if this claw will make things turn into gold. So I feel like we should isolate the threat. Classically, Midas wrapped his hands in cloth that turned to gold cloth that insulated the effect from other things. So I am going to bend that kelp to my will again. And
the kelp has been consumed. Please pick a number
All
from
of it?
1 to 50. I told you ripped it up from the base, ate all the seahorses. I expected you guys to gasp. Oh, well, whatever.
They're seahorses. It's fine.
Wow.
They're food.
Crunchy,
Circle
crunchy.
of life. No.
1 to 15.
I mean, do I see? Oh, 2.
You find a giant clam.
I find a giant clam. Okay. I guess I can toss the giant clam to. It's going to be just another snack, but here you go.
The
Giant clam.
crab pries open the shell of the giant clam and eats the fleshy interior and leaves behind a bivalve clam thing.
Is it gold now?
Oh, it didn't use it. It never uses its gold claw. It's like disabled, basically. It only uses
it.
the other claw. Yeah.
So you
How
said
big is the gold claw?
That's a good question. I would say probably like pretty unmaneuverably big, but not like I can't carry this big. You know, like
Like
you
how many
can't
feet?
pocket it. What?
Like how many feet?
That's a good question. That's a very absolute number. I'm gonna say pillow sized. The claw is pillow sized.
Perfect. Okay, this might be more of a crumb thing. Or a Grumm thing. It's pillow sized. A giant clam is on average 3 feet across. Can we just take that clam and clamp that shell around the claw, and it'll turn to gold and lock there and insulate the claw from the rest of the world?
Make a check of some kind. Do you think this is physical? I think this is physical. Make a
That's why Grumm's going to do it. And I'm going to assist by cheering him on and giving him the idea.
okay. So I will pick up the clam shell and try and clamp it around the
I mean, assuming that's what you want to do with your turn. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
That is a wonderful idea. So yes, I will make that attempt.
What's your number and what's your range?
What is the difficulty range?
15.
15.
Always.
Should we just assume everything is 15 unless otherwise stated?
Please do.
Okay.
Okay. A lot of the numbers have been low. My range is 4. So if I pick a 9, I can go from 13 to 5.
Well, is that counting the +1 for me?
Oh, no. So that would be 14 to 4.
The number was by the way, they're all randomly generated.
A 12. So
So
within
it
the range.
works. Describe what you do.
So Grumm puts his shield in the sand and picks up the clam and reaches up and, without touching the claw, closes the clam around the claw.
The clam turns to gold. Right? That's what you wanted to happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
But my hand does not after.
Oh my gosh,
Closing it
no.
up.
It
Okay.
was a success on the roll.
Yeah, because it's insulating.
You still
All
have a
right.
finger that's gold. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
I think it's kind of cool.
Grumm Goldfinger.
So if the clam is covered, or the clam is covering the claw, the other thing I was going to ask is, I'm going to point out to Oliver the flakes that are being left by the claw to see if they're making a trail.
Oh, are they?
No, not really. It's like,
It's too light and they're moving around in the water.
I'll say if you guys had gone and inspected the baptism people earlier, you would have seen that their hair was flaky with gold, which is why they come to this location, that it kind of glitters in the sun. And it sort of makes the local ocean a bit more sparkly, but it's not like enough of it to leave like breadcrumb trail for where the crab has been.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, but I really did like that clue that I was like, and when they, what was it? I'll read it for you guys since you're the second companion episode. The pastor baptizes his followers, dipping them in the ocean, speaking over them as they rise from the waves. Their hair glitters with golden sparkles in the strong sunlight. So just describe like ocean being sparkly, not like nuggets, chunks of nuggets.
So it's kind of like bathing in glitter a little bit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, and I assume that's just everything that comes in contact with so like all the plankton and everything that's hitting the claw is turning to gold. Yeah.
You did encapsulate the claw. The crab has many eye movements, and the moment you encapsulate the claw, it fixes both eyes on the encapsulated claw. Both eyes swivel and stare at that encapsulated claw. With its other claw, it takes the pincher, and it cuts off the base of its own claw. It is now free of the inability to use its right pincher. And it happily meanders over to a big rock with an eel hanging out of a crevice in it, mouth open, eyes wide, and plucks the eel and munches and keeps going. It's just meandering off over there.
I'm just so happy we solved that peacefully.
Grr.
So happy.
So to Grumm, this is a relic. So if the claw is completely encapsulated, he's going to pick up the clam to take with.
It's valuable.
It is. You have a claw.
A claw and a clam.
Yeah, you do. From the outside, it probably looks like a golden clamshell.
All right. So pick up the clam and look to Oliver and see what's next.
I guess we go back in the tube and kind of explore what else is around.
Sounds good.
You step inside the decompression room, that glass tube with the industrial door at each end. The instructor is already there, panic on the part of his face that's visible in the underwater suit. He's saying, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh," over and over.
We're okay.
Yeah, it's all good. It's such friendly sea life.
He looks relieved that he doesn't have to fill out any dead guest incident reports, and he's like, oh, they're alive, you know. And Brynry, in a grandmotherly way, pats his suit shoulder and says, there, dearie.
I'll hold up the clam and show it to her. Brynry, whatever is in here when it was touched turned things to gold, and I'll show her the finger. That's what's turned to gold.
Your finger.
I don't know if it can be fixed. We'll find out some other time.
Does it hurt?
No, it does not hurt.
Can you hurt?
That's a good question. I've been damaged often, but it doesn't necessarily feel. I understand that the finger doesn't move as well, but it's not as so much pain as inconvenience.
She looks sad on your behalf. She says, perhaps with enough money to investigate it, we could find a cure for you. Should I sell this for you through my Adventuring Treasures sales shop, Mountain Matron's Relics, and you can use the money to find a cure?
The clam we can sell. The claw inside the clam may be a challenge. It's what touched and made my finger gold. We have to be very careful with it.
I mean, honestly, I feel like we should just keep it at the guild hall and generate gold whenever we want.
That is what she's offering. Mountain Matron's Relics is her shop. She's offering to... I can steadily sell gold objects and send the money to you.
I will happily hand off the clam to her so that she can keep it.
Okay, you guys have passive income now of... you can note this. If this adventure ends with Brynry taking that to her Mountain Matron's Relics shop, then one of the potential outcomes for you is that you've arranged for her not to sell the claw itself, to sell gold items periodically made from the claw at a low enough frequency that no one suspects that she's got a literal golden claw goose, basically. And perhaps you can use that money to find a cure, Grumm.
That sounds good.
All right, that is the arrangement. She gives you some paperwork. Well, she's preparing to give you some paperwork when you step through the door, when, as you exit the decompression room and step into the outings level of the resort platform, a crowd has been waiting for you. They talk loudly and all at once, some cheering at your safe return, others asking questions about the crab. Do you focus on what a 6'8" elderly human, 400 pounds, is shouting? Or what the tall, slender woman with gold hair is shouting? Or do you look at one of the quiet mob members, like a man with short brown hair in his 30s?
The last option.
A short brown-haired man in his 30s. So he's a man with short brown hair. He's not a short man. A man with short brown...
I wouldn't mind either way.
What?
I wouldn't mind either way.
All right. So the man in his 30s sees the crazed crowd. He looks around at everyone, taking it all in, notices the giant gold clam held by Brynry, and stealthily slides backward into the crowd away from the frenzy. He's gone.
Okay. That's suspicious, but okay.
Who else's reaction do you want? You've got the 6'8" elderly human, 400 pounds, and the tall, slender woman with gold hair, who you know is Sarah.
Actually, the 6'8" gentleman is probably closer to Grumm's size and girth, so he would be of somewhat interest to Grumm.
The 6'8" elderly human, 400 pounds, blonde but balding, with white skin, blue eyes, and wearing a business suit, sees the clam, gasps, and says with great authority, "My brothers and sisters, behold the glory of the Almighty! It's the clam of abundance!" He points at the gold clam, and his followers start cheering, screaming, crying with delight. "The holy relic long promised to us." They are pressing in to take your clam.
Are we not going to let them?
Oh, no. Grumm will definitely impose himself between them and Brynry. Absolutely.
Okay, so does the tall, slender woman with gold hair. Wada.
Yes, I'm going to speak up. I don't know if this is charisma. What?
She was going to say something. I was just getting my voice ready.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Wada. Don't you... No, it's just whatever. Don't you know who my family is? We Desirees own this resort, so the gold clam is our property. Don't try to steal what's ours, she says to the mob. And there are people with pastel shirts that say Desiree on them, khaki shorts, and boat shoes, also in the crowd, and they're also pressing their way towards Brynry.
Wait, did Sarah just say belongs to us, like she, like her? Because no, she not part of this either. Just ours.
You gonna say that out loud? Role play.
Well, I'm gonna say something. Okay, I'm gonna say yes. We just took care of a situation with a wild creature, and we have brought this relic, and we already have a plan for it. Thank you very much. So everyone, go about your day.
Make a charisma check to see if you win over Sarah Desiree. I will say that because of your past, where she painted Grumm and quite likes Grumm, if she notices that you're affiliated with Brynry, which she said we, so it's not Brynry she's taking the clam from, it's Grumm and Brynry, you get a +1 to your range for your history with her.
Okay.
She did think it was Brynry's when she walked through the,
3, 4, 5. So that's a 5 range. On a 15, I'm going to go 8.
Okay, and just to remind you guys, you do have items. Can you just tell me what that item does, what your items are?
It's a +2 mental, but it's consumable. I feel like this is not the time, for me at least.
Okay, so your range is 3 to 13 with an 8 at the center?
Yes.
The number is
13.
That is in your range. Sarah Desiree notices that Grumm is with Brynry, and you, Oliver, you did save her that one time. And you guys technically, she doesn't remember, neither do you, traveled together in a fugue state. But, yeah, because Grumm, she looks up at Grumm and her facial expression just totally changes. It softens and she smiles. She's also quite wealthy and doesn't actually need a gold clam. She just, likes owning things. Rich people like money. Yeah. So...
And unique things, yes.
Oh, they do. They do. But since it's yours, she's like, "Oh, Grumm." And then, she's, happy. And then she's like, "Well, can you pose with the clam for me?"
I suppose that's all right, yes.
Oh, yes, we do let guests take home souvenirs.
That's right. That was in the official guide for who was telling us the adventure. If we find any souvenirs, we are allowed to keep them, including seashells like this.
Of course you can keep your seashell. She smiles at you. She would definitely not say this to other people. Yeah. All right. So she turns to the crowd and says, "Well, everyone," she claps her hands and her staff disperses the mob, pushes them back from you guys so that you've got space. "There are no boats until tomorrow, so for now we should all just go to our bedrooms and think about things, and we can talk about this tomorrow. Nobody's leaving until the boat gets here anyway. Or, go eat or whatever you're doing. Chop, chop." And her staff pushes, just pushes the the baptism crowd, the Harbingers of Mortality cult, just kind of like disperses them down the hallway. And it's just you guys and her and Brynry and the one that went out with you.
And I'll look to Brynry. Maybe you should stay with us tonight, just to keep everything safe.
Brynry says, absolutely, Grumm.
Then I'll look to Oliver.
Yes?
Because did I get the observation of the man walking away, even though that's not the one that I chose?
Sure.
Okay. Why do you think that man ran away?
I don't know, but it looked really suspicious.
It did.
Like, it definitely gives me the air of somebody who planned something and it didn't go according to plan. Do you think he had something to do with this crab?
If not the crab, maybe the crowd.
Oh, maybe. I don't know, but I suspect that's not the last time we're going to see him.
We should definitely keep an eye out.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we can... well, I don't even know if we know where our rooms are, do we?
That's a good point. You haven't been to the bedrooms floor yet. You want to go there?
Sure.
Sure.
Like a hotel hallway, this level is a long hallway with numbered doors on the left and right. Door number 128 has a sticky note on it with the written words Mason/Mozar/Ashen. And you guys know, because all the guild members know one another, you hang out in your downtime, that Varric Ashen is a Fire-Breathing Kittens guild member, and that they were unavailable for this vacation.
Interesting. Mm-hmm.
Well,
should we try our rooms?
Absolutely. Open the door and let both Oliver and Brynry go in first and follow behind, duck under.
The door opens to a suite that is suffused with a deep blue glow. Bedrooms and a bathroom off to the left and right take backstage to the amazing giant window in your common area. It's huge, square, and blue. A tube from floor level up through the ceiling says, "Emergency exit only."
So we are underwater, essentially, in this room right now.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Can I fit through the emergency exit?
You can.
Okay.
I jump on the bed.
Which bedroom?
In mine.
Okay, so I'll describe it again. There's bedrooms and a bathroom off to the left and right, and then down the hallway at the end, there's a common area that is suffused with a deep blue glow and has a huge square blue window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the bedrooms are assigned, right?
No. It's a suite.
Oh.
It's got bedrooms in it.
Oh, I see. So we have to choose our bedrooms.
Yeah, there's 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. You want the left, right?
I wonder why they gave us 3 bedrooms for 2 people. It seems strange.
It was supposed to be 3.
Well, but he wasn't available. You'd think they would have changed the room. I don't know. Anyways. Okay, I'm going to open all 3 bedroom doors and take a look at what the bedrooms look like.
Ooh, you pick. You describe. I don't care at all. This is your scene. Go.
Oh, okay. So I open the first door and it is all designed around the Nautilus. It's pink and orange and coral colored and has lots of spirally motifs around. I open the second door and this room is all done in various shades of deep ocean blue. There are scenes of mer people on the walls. And I open the third door and it is all in green motifs and lots of forests of kelp and coral formations. And has paint along the walls that looks like sunlight filtering down through the water. I appraise each room individually and decide that room number 2, the mer people room, is the one for me, and I jump on that bed. It's soft and pillowy, and I sink in and go, ah.
Amazing. Now this is a vacation. Grumm, which room do you take?
I think the shapes of the Nautilus room would appeal to Grumm the most. The geometric shapes, the things of that nature, are probably something that would give comfort to Grumm. So I think that's the room that he's probably going to take.
Which puts Brynry in the kelp room across the hallway with the bathroom on her side. All right. Well, are you guys going to bed?
What time is it?
It's late.
I mean, we can.
All right. So you go to bed.
Yeah, we had a big day. fighting giant crabs,
I wish.
discovering Midas treasures. Hey, we fought them with our minds, right? We can choose mental or physical in this game.
That's true. Okay, so my 2 questions are, where are you sleeping tonight? That has been answered. And where's the claw while you're sleeping? That has also been answered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If the claw is in a different bedroom suite. Okay. If they slept in their room. Oh, by the way, this is a companion.
We had her sleep with us, right? Because she's spending the night. So she's in that 3rd bedroom now.
Yes. And so is the claw with her. So I'm scrolling through these options. So you are sleeping in your room and the claw is in your suite. Okay. It's the middle of the night. It's dark. Crash. Splinter. Whoosh. Flood.
Flood. Okay. I'm jumping out of bed and coming out.
You're trying to open the door?
The door to my bedroom?
Yeah.
I don't see anything in my room, right?
You don't.
Yes, I try to open my bedroom door.
The glass of your bedroom suite's window has exploded and the ocean rushes into your bedroom, Oliver.
Crap.
So we're going to do a breathing count. That was your turn to open your door. You breathe. So we're going to do, I'm just personally going to keep track of this, how much you have left in this world. And Grumm, it's your turn.
I am going to go out the door or possibly go through the door because first instinct is to get to Brynry.
You opened your door. That was your turn.
Yes.
You are completely surrounded by water. The bed is floating. The mattress is up it's around your waist level. And the blanket is honestly a physical challenge to get through. And so we are back to Oliver. I am going to have at least one of you do a physical challenge to leave your room. Grumm, I think you'd be a little bit less shocked by the lack of oxygen. So you can do a physical challenge to try to get out into the hallway.
Okay.
On this first turn.
All right. And what is the range?
The range is 15.
Always 15 unless otherwise stated.
Always 15. All right. So I will choose 7, which would give me a range of 11 to 3 with a 4 physical.
The number was?
6.
Great. You succeed. You get out into the hallway. Let me describe what you find. A man with short brown hair in his 30s, wearing an underwater suit, is illuminated from behind by the headlights of an underwater vehicle that he is tethered to. I should have said that last time. He's stepping around your room in his underwater suit, picking one thing up, looking at it, and throwing it away, picking another piece of debris up, looking at it, and then tossing it aside. And that was your turn. Now we're on to Brynry's turn. We can actually definitely know what Brynry does because of reasons. Listen to the other companion episode. Brynry, with her seasoned experience as a retired adventurer, would open the door and hold onto it tightly, and then once the pressure has equilibrated, go from her room, swim into the hallway. So Brynry is also with you in the hallway. We're back to Oliver. Oliver, you're more used to it now. The room is flooded. The pressure is equalized. What do you do?
And we're still, it's about waist deep water right now, correct?
No, there is no air. The entire ocean.
Oh, it's fully water.
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, I think I want to live. So, Oliver is an accomplished swimmer. I think he's going to swim for the surface through the broken window.
Okay. So, to describe it, it's 3 feet to the door to your suite. And it's 20 feet to the window that is exploded and now empty. And then 20 feet up to the ceiling, or up to the surface.
Okay. Because I'm probably not going to be able to open the door. Like, it has all this pressurized water to it. That door to the hallway is not going to open. Because hotel doors typically open inwards. So that's not an option unless I'm going to destroy the door. And flood this entire resort. So yeah, I think an accomplished swimmer can typically swim, you said 20 feet to the window and 20 feet up, that's 40 feet. Mm-hmm. I think most swimmers can accomplish that on a single breath. So yeah, I'm gonna swim for the surface.
Okay, it is one turn to get to where the vehicle is at the window.
Yeah.
Make a physical challenge, please.
All right. I think I just have my 2. So, and this is a 15?
Yes.
Oh, buddy. All right. 5.
And your range is?
Its range is 2.
So from 7 to 3?
Yep, I guess.
Now, and
The
just
number...
okay, never mind.
I fail.
Yeah, what was the number?
I picked a 5.
Yeah, no, the listener can't.
Oh, 14.
Yep. So, because the number was a 14 and your range only went up to 7, you are probably, I mean, you can pick how you describe this, but my suggestion would be the debris from the room probably gets in your way. The couch is floating, all of the dressers are, wood. They're probably floating a bit right now. Describe why you don't get there, why you don't get very far at all.
Actually, well, yeah, so there's debris. I'm trying to swim, but it's not going well. And I think probably a bigger reason for failure is the man with the short brown hair in the way. I assume he tries to stop me.
He does not try to stop you. He is searching. He's picking up an object, looking at it, feeling it, and then tossing it aside.
Okay. But yeah, I don't make it as far as I hope because of debris, and I am still in this room with no air.
20 feet from the window still.
Oh, I didn't make it at any distance? Jesus.
It's 2 successful challenges to get out of the room that way.
Okay. All right, cool.
It's not my fault. Also, in the future, I'm not going to ever correct you in the moment, but I would say maybe the lifeguard shorts could have applied to that. Don't know.
I thought about it, but it clearly says that they're defensive only.
Well, they're durable lifeguard shorts. So that was kind of you adding on to the mechanics of the game.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, I'm wearing lifeguard shorts. You'd think it would be like I'm more streamlined. I don't know, but
yeah. So I'm saying try that next time.
So I can apply it more liberally. It wouldn't have helped in that case, but
a little bit of creativity always helps.
Got it.
Yep, they're lifeguard shorts. Of course, they help you swim. Anyway, so that was your turn. Then it's Grumm's turn. Grumm, you see Brynry in the hallway wearing a backpack. She's a woman of many pockets. She always has useful items. Like, you see a pickaxe sticking out of the backpack. Mm-hmm. And you'd say it's big enough to hold a pillow. And, oh wait, you said it was a 3 foot. You said it was 3 feet.
The clam, yeah.
Yeah, actually you see her holding a giant golden clam. And that means that the action of the person searching is that now he's going to, using his suit, he can just easily stomp up to her, and he's going to try wresting the giant clam from Brynry's arms.
So
that is currently happening. I'm going to do I want you guys to be in control of this somehow. So I'm going to do a number pick for you guys to see if he succeeds or not. Right? Yeah. That seems fair. Or should I just have him succeed? Or have him fail? Yeah, no, it should be up to chance. So I'm going to write down the next number in my sequence, and you guys pick a number.
Collectively or each?
I think just Grumm, because it's your turn. This can be your turn. Decide if she still has the clam or not. So you can use her physical stat, I believe, was 2 for physical. Okay. So pick a number, and she'll use her 2 physical range. We'll see if she keeps the clam.
Does she have any applicable equipment or a, what are they called? What is it? The enduring thing that I have is called a...
Trait.
Trait, yes.
Here are her stats. She has a 2 physical, 3 mental. She possesses a durable memento of Grumm. And she has limited use, 2 limited use adventuring gears. So durable items have +1 and limited use items have +2. And her trait is that she's seasoned. Okay. Which is how she got out into the hallway with her experience to know that the pressure could equalize if she just held on. So nothing really helps her, I would say, but you do notice that she has a memento of you. That's cute. You found that thing together, maybe. Okay.
So I'm wondering if seasoned would help, because she's probably been in a similar struggle situation.
Right. She knows to kick out the knee. All right. Let's do a range of 3 for you then.
Range of 3. And standard range.
15 range challenge.
Always 15.
Give me...
I feel like we should have more variability. I'm just saying. Maybe some 10s, maybe some 20s. I don't know.
15 has been challenging enough. I am going
20? I can do 20.
First, for really challenging things, yes, and maybe like some 10s for things that's like, okay, this isn't that hard. Oh.
I think the example they gave in the book or in the instructions was 30 for multiple challenges of 30 for a dragon. All right.
Yes, you can have a lot of them though. You could have a range of 16. You could have a range of 11. You pick whatever number.
We've got some feedback for the GM. That's more ranges. Should I explain? There's been a few range things that you guys have skipped. So if you missed that first perception check on the crab, it would have gotten closer to you, and the range would decrease. And if you guys had done a combat, you would have seen that healing wounds is a 10 ranged mental challenge.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And if you missed the lifeboat asking questions about it, that was a 25-point challenge. If that helps.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I just think it's good to have variability. I think I don't like the idea of a default. There's a huge range of variability in how hard things are.
I will make Oliver's ranges more variable from now on.
That didn't sound good.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It sounds like I'm going to regret this.
Will do.
Anyway, so the seasoned would help, which would give me a 3 range. I'm going to say 10 for a range of 7 to 13.
Okay, and these are the sequence of numbers that I said in the beginning of the game. I did not choose this. The number is
2.
Oh.
Which means that the golden clam, gets wrestled out of Brynry's hands. She is quite old. This does make sense. By the man in his 30s. Yeah, that's fair. And he has the clam. He gives a tug on the tether to the vehicle behind him, and it draws him in. And he is rapidly pulled towards that vehicle, which reverses, and it's pulling him out of this suite very, very quickly. Yes, that was a possible outcome from this adventure. Okay. I also had, if they rip his suit, if the claw isn't in the suite, he would have put a tracker on you. He's got a tracker on Muse from the other adventure. And yeah. All right. As he leaves, you can see the headlights aren't flooding your suite anymore as the vehicle turns. But you do see him illuminated, framed by the floodlights just for a moment as you see him raise his left arm and tap something on his forearm, sort of where a wristwatch would be. And boom! The whole structure shakes. An explosion from a level below you shakes the whole platform. The ground under your feet shudders and begins to tilt, then tilt more, then tilt more.
This would probably be a great time to have that gold finger. Gold sounds much more sturdy than fractured cement.
I think I want to get Brynry to the emergency exit to see if that is a better option to get out of here.
It is exploded.
It is exploded.
It was part of the glass window, yeah. You are probably 3 feet from that door.
How far from the window?
20 feet.
20 feet. I don't think being inside the structure is going to be good for us. And Oliver is not out of his room yet?
I'm in the hallway. I actually had... because I already tried to swim and it didn't work well. And I'm guessing running out of air at this point.
Kent?
Right? Is it my turn now?
Oh, yeah. That was... Yeah. So, Oliver, It's your turn. You're 3 feet from the door. And if you guys want to look at the door at all, you'll see that the door is designed to open in a flooding situation.
Oh. But won't we flood the entire building if we do that?
If it wasn't designed for it... So you see, there's not a normal hinge on this door. It's a special complicated hinge. And there's a water seal on it.
Spell this out for me because I'm not seeing it. It's got a waterproof seal so that the water cannot escape into the rest of the building. Mm-hmm. But it's also designed to be able to open for a flood. But if I open it, will that not break the seal and let the entire ocean flood this entire building?
It's like power armor on the hinge.
Okay.
You ever seen a really big piston on a Gundam? mech.
So it'll open briefly and then seal again. Okay, then yes, we should probably do that.
Okay.
But a normal door absolutely would have behaved like you were thinking, where that would have been really hard to open because it's higher pressure on this side. It's like a wall at that point.
Yeah.
Very good logical thinking.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's go out the door.
I hope that makes sense.
It does.
It also makes sense that it would be designed like, you know, like to have, if one cracked window brought down this whole structure.
We'd have a problem.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So you would say, based on how the captain like gave you that whole safety spiel before and how the Desirees are super rich, it makes sense that this door has a super big piston on it.
Yeah.
There was a sweet escape shaft too. So like if the other room's flooded, you know, it seems like they've designed this well. Remember? So if the other room's flooded, you can get to the surface right away.
Right. But our shaft was busted. So.
Well, if you are the epicenter of it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna use my turn to do a physical. It's gonna be a range of 3.
And the difficulty range is only 10 because you want a difference in your range.
Yes, because I know how to swim. It's not that hard.
This is for opening the door. The other
Yes.
group is going to kill me that you got a range of 10. Took them like 4 rounds to open this door.
So I'm gonna use. It's a physical challenge. And I'm swimming to it. I'm very sleek in the water with my lifeguard shorts on, so I get a range of 3. I am going to pick a 6.
Let me go to random.org and screen share because this does unfortunately mean that I
You
can't
need to.
use.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to screen share.
I mean, I would just also trust you.
Yeah, whatever. I'm screen sharing. So you guys can see the number that I generated?
6.
That's a critical success.
Yeah.
Yay! You not only open that door, you not only succeed, you get a +1 to your next challenge's range, and you can describe a bonus good thing that happens. That's within reason.
A good thing that's gonna happen. So this place is gonna gradually flood, and we have to get out. That's the challenge, correct?
Because of the boom and the tilting.
Yes. So the extra good thing that's going to happen. So I successfully get to the door.
I thought of it.
What?
Additional information for you guys. Additional information that you would not have had that is not in the story. That boom sounded like it came from beneath you in the outings level where Sarah Desiree's quarters are. You know this because of the way it was directly under you. Like you could feel it. It's a physical, tactile thing that you knew that you're sweet. You went there earlier in this adventure. You know that is right underneath you, and you heard a scream in a New England accent.
Okay, so we have to go rescue her.
Only because you
right.
got a critical success. Do you have that information?
Yes, but I successfully opened the door. The 3 of us are. It has a time release mechanism, so it dumps the 3 of us and about 5 bathtubs worth of water out onto the hall before it seals shut behind us.
Yeah, and like there's some of your bedding on the floor next to you, like some of your luggage came with.
Yeah.
There's what was the room theme, like spiral?
Yeah, the Nautilus
The
room.
Nautilus room and
There's a Nautilus designed like bookshelf end on the floor next to you.
Okay. All right, Grumm. I think we need to go save Sarah. I think that, she's probably in danger right now, but we gotta hurry. You in?
I'm in. I'll look to Brynnery. Go up and get on the lifeboats. We made sure that they were fixed. Oliver did.
Oh, nice. Brynnery doesn't have a chance to die. All right. Brynnery is going to start heading up the hallways. And as a notice for you guys, if you die, you can become an occupant of one of the non-player characters. So Brynnery is an option. She at least won't be in whatever situation you're in as you die. So that's a nice backup body for you to finish the adventure in. And she's going to start her way up.
And I guess we're going to head down.
All right. We've already been there, so I assume we know how, like, we find the stairs. And is the way obscured or obstructed in some way?
The floors are slippery, but apart from that, the boom came from below you, for sure. As you rushed down the levels, your heart sinks as you see cracks in the seals around doors and windows, little leaks fountaining in streams of water. The floor is wet, slippery, a half-inch of water coating it and making it hard to keep your footing as you run.
Okay, and we find the stairs down. It's not full of water?
It is not full of water.
Let's go.
Yep, let's go down.
Do you turn towards the industrial door where you went on your outing, or do you turn to go in the other direction? If they visited Sarah, say where Sarah Desiree had you model for her.
I was going to go for Sarah.
One brief thought.
Yeah?
2 opposite directions, yes?
Yes?
Going to send Oliver down to Sarah, and I'm going to go get 2 suits at the industrial door.
Internal cheering from the GM. I was really, really hoping you guys would be that smart. Oh, I love it. Okay, +1 to your next roll from just happy GM.
That's a great idea. Should we go together and get the suits so that we're ready for whatever flooding we're going to find?
We can do that.
Okay, so yeah, let's both go to the outings.
You have a suit. It's the same suit you wore earlier. You know how to put it on. You know how to check to make sure that the fittings work. And which suit do you grab? Just describe it.
Yeah, Grumm, you didn't have one before.
I didn't have one. So I'm just going to try and visually size up somebody that would be the size of Sarah and just grab, I grab a, thinking of her probably subconsciously, I'm probably going to get one of the pink suits.
Yeah.
Because she likes something with some flair to it.
Oh, she does. She's into color. And yeah. Perfect, wonderful. Grumm's player gets a +1 to their next challenge because I was super hoping that you guys would do that. Oh my gosh. I love games where I have smart players. Yeah. Okay, and now you're going to the...
So we're both suited up. We have an extra suit for Sarah.
Yes.
All right, and now we rush over to Sarah's door.
Yeah, well, Grumm's not in a suit, Oliver. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were putting him in a suit too so he can still talk.
Oh.
If there's one my size, that was a challenge last time. So if there is one my size, absolutely, I will grab a suit.
She did tell you last time that they did have them your size, and you chose not to.
I chose not to put one on. Yes.
So do you still choose that this time?
No,
or are you
I think I will put one on.
Okay. I would like to be able to talk to you. You have good suggestions.
Yes. All right. 3 people in a suit rush to, or 2 people in a suit and 1 extra suit rush to Sarah's room. Rubble. Chunks of wall and stone are strewn all over the wet ground. Oh, and actually we need to go to break. So we will pick up here after break. I just noted we're having too much fun. So
I was just about to start tapping my watch at you.
So
we have gone over the recommendation.
Yes, joining us for part 1 were Oliver.
I'm not as good a swimmer as I thought.
I think you could be. I think you're a lifeguard, right?
Yeah.
I have confidence in you. And we're going to find out later in this adventure.
I bet we are.
And Grumm.
And I'm a little bit worried about being a stone in something that's flooding.
Yay.
Also, if you leave a comment for the episode, we will read it on the air.
Yeah, leave us a review on iTunes.
Yeah, whatever you put, we're going to read it. It can be weird. It's okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Today's mid-episode shout-out is, quote, Minoji, our passionate Il Forneo chef. Your culinary creations have tantalized our taste buds and enriched our lives. You're a flavor genius, end quote. You can arrange for us to read your shout-out at firebreathingkittenspodcast.com. Did you know we have paperback, ebook, hardcover and audiobook adaptations of our adventures on Amazon and Audible? Is there an episode of Fire Breathing Kittens that would make someone you know smile? Well, telling them about it would help us quite a lot. Thank you.
Welcome back to Fire Breathing Kittens, a travel-sized role-playing game, actual play podcast for today. We are joined again by Grumm.
Grumm Mozar.
And Oliver.
Oliver Budd.
We decided before we went back that Grumm's okay during the recap, so for everyone who got a little bit tipsy or a little bit sleepy during part 1, here's what you missed.
Oliver and Grumm received an invitation to a resort. We traveled by boat and arrived. found that lifeboats were lacking. So Oliver fixed them after a slight argument or discussion with the captain. We met somebody he had previously met, Sarah, who was an artist and wanted to paint Grumm, and they went to her quarters where Grumm got a painting done of him. They left, went on one of the excursions underwater where they ran into Brynry, who is Grumm's foster. They went out onto the water, found some items. They ran into a giant crab. Oliver was able to charm the crab sufficiently. It had a claw that seemed to turn things to gold, which Grumm, since he did not wear a suit, ran afoul of. He now has a golden finger. And they managed to encapsulate the crab's claw, at which point the crab cut it off. We encapsulated it in clamshell, took it back, and ran into a crowd of people, some religious, some belonging to the resort, and one shady individual who ran off. After some more convincing by Oliver, with the help of Sarah, we retired to our chambers for the evening. In the middle of the night, there was a crash. Our chambers were flooded. The same man we saw slink away stole the clam from Brynry, and we managed to get out of our suite into the hallway, sending Brynry back to the surface, and Oliver and Grumm went down to try and save Sarah, who was a floor below. We stopped to grab some suits, and now are on our way to Sarah's room to see if we can rescue her.
Yeah, you are. Rubble, chunks of wall and stone are strewn all over the wet ground in Sarah's room. There's a big open concept living area here with a kitchen and a living room. At the center is a pillar. That pillar has been absolutely trashed, ripped apart, the diameter halved by something that happened here that carved out a huge chunk. Above the chunk that's missing, the larger column width is tilting towards the chunk like a tree about to timber. The windows in this room are splintered, cracked, letting in leaks of water. Your eyes move down from a window to the floor. A slender, golden-haired woman lies on the floor near that window, unmoving.
Oliver, if you can get her in the suit, I can carry her.
Oh, sure. I assume it's fairly easy to put a suit on somebody. Should we just make sure she's alive first?
Sorry, I don't always think of people breathing since I don't do it that often. I suppose we should check and see if she's alive.
Oliver's going to just kind of check on her, see how she's doing.
As you walk up to her, she groans softly in pain.
Sarah, you okay?
She doesn't respond, but she's breathing.
I give her a couple little taps on the cheek there.
Her eyes don't open, and there's a trickle of blood from her head.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that on air. Oh, crap. Can I attempt healing?
So in this game, there is actually a healing mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
You do a mental check with a range of 10.
Okay. So my mental is 3. And, I mean, this seems fairly likely to succeed, sure. So I'm gonna guess 5.
I've got a pre-written number for healing checks. And you said your number was 5 with a range of what?
Of 3.
So up to 8 and down to 2?
Yep.
Okay. The number was a...
3.
Yes. She is healed. Describe what you do to heal her.
I am going to... I'm a magical character. I am going to attempt to channel life energy into her. Not necessarily my strong suit, but it's kind of adjacent. And I will the flesh of her head to close around the wound, and the hemorrhaging around her brain to recede and reabsorb into her circulatory system.
It works. She opens her eyes and bats them and sees Grumm because he's very tall, and kind of misses that Oliver's there. And I think she's quite taken with you now, Grumm.
Once she comes to, I will offer her the suit.
Oh my gosh. You are a knight in shining armor.
Sort of shining. We have to get out. I think this building is going to collapse.
She looks around at the sprinklers coming through the windows and absolutely agrees and hurries into the suit. Okay, so you guys have a party member, Sarah.
Woo!
Yay! By the way, she's very wealthy, so, like, as far as people to rescue goes, not a bad idea.
Can she fight, though?
Ooh, not so much.
Oh, okay.
Bribery works. Let's look to Oliver. Do you think it will be faster to go out the tube where we went out before rather than trying to climb, or should we try and climb?
I mean, I think we should work our way up through this facility because we might run into other people who need rescued.
Fair. Very fair.
What a heroic thing to say. You guys are such heroes.
We try. But yeah, we better hurry. Let's hoof it back up the stairs. I think we've explored everything on this level, like, because I think it was just her suite and the excursions deck.
Yes.
And we didn't see anybody else on the excursion deck, right?
Correct.
All right, let's get back up.
Racing up through the levels. Okay, so this section depends on how much time we have left in the adventure. I'd say we have a fair bit of time. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The water is rising. As you race up the levels behind you, you can hear Sarah's suite's windows explode, and the water rushes in behind you. You were moments before a catastrophic failure. She, of course, looks a little bit like, oh no, all of my clothes and everything. Oh my goodness. And as you rush up the levels, the water is rising. You are now on the bedrooms level that you came from. The water is up to your ankles, your knees, your waist now. It's cold. It's loud. And the worst part is maybe those leaks aren't still just pinhole leaks. Maybe they're larger. Maybe they're large enough to let some curious sea creatures into the complex. Are you alone in these waters? An interesting thought. Where are you heading again, and who's in front?
I think we would put Grumm in front.
I think Grumm is going to be in the front, and I think we're going up to the level where our suite was and making a quick circuit to see if there's anybody else in need.
Yeah, you're in the hallway, and there's doors on the left and right of you that it's like a hotel hallway, and the water's up to your waist.
Do we hear anybody?
That's a good question. I think everybody's asleep.
Even after the explosion?
Yeah, if you guys hadn't been directly above that, like I said, that was not like you wouldn't have heard her scream, except if the critical success is the only reason that happened.
And these are all like these enhanced doors, right? Mm-hmm. Not just simple wooden things that we can punch through, or that Grumm can.
Might be a challenge. So I would suggest walking down the hall, and I think Grumm is big enough that doors on each side, he can just bang on doors.
You're banging on the doors. People inside the suites are waking up. You can hear them going, what?
Everybody out. Everybody out. Time to evacuate. Use your tubes. Get to the surface.
Oh, the choice to say use your tubes. More people live because you said that. So you hear like vacuum tube sounds as people believe you and they get in their tubes, and you have saved lives today. You're also making a lot of motion through the water, a lot of splashing, if one were a predator attracted to splashing, you are splashing a lot. You're also made out of rock, though. So, have you ever seen sailfish attack as a school?
No. They're aggressive?
They're carnivores. They're top chain carnivores, yeah. So their hunting tactic is to slash, stun, and eat. And Grumm finds this out firsthand as one whips past you faster than a cheetah. I don't know if they actually are or not. Don't look that up. But it seems like it is. And the first person is injured by one. The player HP in this system works like this. 4 is full health. 3 is that you're annoyed. You can do a 15-point challenge to break free of being like pinned or prone, or like stand up from being prone, or like shake off poison or something like that. 2 HP is called wounded. All of your rolls are at -1, and you can heal yourself after combat with a 10 range challenge. 1 hit point is called disabled. All of your rolls are at -3 range, which is crazy. It's very bad to be disabled. Like, your rolls, unless you guess the number itself, your rolls are much less likely to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And an ally can do a 10 range challenge to heal you outside of combat. You can't heal yourself. And then 0 hit points is out of the game. Continue the session as an NPC. So you are now at 3, annoyed. You can do a 15-point challenge to remove the annoyance. So, for example, that would be to get out of the range of the sailfish, or shield yourself somehow so that the sailfish thing isn't bothering you unless it attacks again in a different way. Or, be creative, but it's basically like being prone, where it is affecting you, but it's not affecting your hit points.
So I've already taken the first level.
Yes, you were slashed by a sailfish school member.
Okay. I will definitely take out my shield and put it in front of me and use it as a wall as we are moving forward to cover myself and those who are behind me.
Please do a 15-point challenge to see if that works to get that sailfish from targeting you.
Okay. And I don't think it's as much getting it not to target me as getting it to target me because I am made of stone. So I'd say I got the +1 durable physical shield, but I also have the enduring trait. Would that apply here to be essentially a defensive wall?
Yes. So your goal is you're trying to get back up to 4 hit points because you're...
Oh, okay.
So the ideal outcome from being annoyed is to get back up to a not annoyed status.
Okay.
Basically full hit points. So you're saying it would be to be the target of the sailfish, but to have them bouncing off of you, you think?
That would be my goal. But if it's a mental challenge to heal and I am enduring, then my range would be 2.
It's actually a 15-point challenge from annoyed. You're not injured yet. You don't have a decrease to your range. So it's 4 is full health, 3 is annoyed, 2 is wounded, you roll at -1, 1 is disabled, you roll at -3, 0 is dead.
Right.
So you are not wounded. So you don't have to use mental to heal.
I don't have to. Okay.
You have your choice of a 15-point challenge to get rid of the annoyance so that you're backed up to full maneuverability and whatnot.
Okay. So what I will do is, again, use myself more of a brick and something that is impassable. So that would be the 4 physical, the durable physical shield, and enduring, which would give me a 6-point range out of 15. So I will choose an 8, which will get me from 14 to 2. So only if it's a 1 or a 15 would they pass me.
I've written down this number in advance. It is a...
12.
Yeah. Okay. So you find that these sailfish with their, obviously their fish mouths and their fish teeth don't really impact your stone body
and
very
metal
much.
Depends on where they bite me.
Yeah. So although the first one got you off balance and perhaps put you at threat of being underwater, with the second one bouncing off your shield, you find that you are able to continue unimpeded and unannoyed by these sailfish.
Good.
A brick wall slamming into you does kind of have the chance to knock you over, but you're more than a brick wall.
A little bit.
Do you communicate to your party member what just happened?
I will let them know, both Oliver and Sarah, since we can communicate through the suits, that there are dangerous fish in the water that are rushing. And they seem to have things that are sharp on the end of their noses. So be careful.
Sarah says, "Oh no, my suit." She's concerned that they might rip it open.
Yeah. I feel like we should avoid them as much as we can.
Do you have a strategy for how to do that? Describe this long, waist-high water hotel hallway looking thing. What about here? What are you going to do? What are you going to attempt to make yourself safe from these sailfish?
Well, there's still lots of debris floating in this. You mentioned a bookshelf earlier. I assume there's lots of those kind of things around.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to climb up onto a handy bookshelf.
I love it. You make a raft.
And grab a book to use as a paddle to row myself along forward.
That's a great attempt. So I'm going to make this... You said you didn't like 15-point challenges, but I find this
seems
clever.
Like an easy challenge.
So I'm going for 10 instead of 20. So, and I'll share my screen with the random.org, and I'll do a 10-point Generator, what's your number? And is this physical or mental? Seems physical.
I was going to say mental for thinking to do it. I feel like it's not hard to jump up onto a bookshelf, so I feel like it's more like thinking to actually accomplish this.
Would Oliver think of this? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your number?
My number is 3, and I am going to say 5. So 2 to 8.
So your range is 3 and your number is 5.
Yes.
So 2 to 8. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. And you can see that I'm going to click generate.
Woo! It's a 3.
It's a 3. Therefore,
Nice.
you are on the bookshelf.
Now the question is, are you going to do the Titanic thing? You're going to let Sarah up there?
If the bookshelf will accommodate both of us, yes. Otherwise, I'm sure she can find her own bookshelf, as there should be many.
Oh, man. Should I do a roll for Sarah? Yeah, because you guys will get money if she lives and you won't if she dies. So we're going to do another challenge for Sarah. With your instruction, I agree this is also not a 15-point challenge. It's probably a 10-point challenge for her. She has a 1 in mental. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Yeah. So we know Sarah well.
She has a 4 in physical?
I'm thinking she does. She's very beautiful. And I mean, she's a wealthy heiress with like, what did I say? She has celebrity white teeth or something earlier.
She probably has a lot of Pilates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I already thought of this, and she sees me do it. So would it be a physical challenge for her just to climb up on another bookshelf? Because this seems like almost guaranteed success.
You're angling for guaranteed success here, and I'm not going to bother to share my screen. She gets up on a bookshelf of her own, or whatever, on your bookshelf. Fine. And you guys are rafting together down this hallway. Grumm has a shield. Yeah, you guys have gotten past the sailfish. You are racing up the levels, knocking on doors. People are vacuum tube escaping to the deck level. Okay. You make it to the stairs, to the level above the bedroom level.
Okay, let's go up.
We don't know what this level is, do we?
Well, you walked through it to get here, but you walked through pretty quickly. This is the kitchen level. It has big, bright windows during the daytime. This is nighttime. But during the daytime, it has big, bright windows, with the surface of the water, the sky, and underwater all visible at the same time. This causes a ripple effect, the surfaces in the cafeteria subtly reflecting the movement of the waves. It's beautiful. And even in the nighttime, there's still moonlight being scattered and reflected through the waves. Just a little bit. One wall of the room is a serving line where a lot of food is put away, and you can see where the cold and the hot keepers would be turned on during the day. And the room is filled with tables and chairs.
No people at this hour, however, that we see.
Not in this room. And then, from the stairway behind you, you hear people speaking. Clearly they have been woken up by your banging on the doors. A group of people is walking up the stairs. They are all looking towards a 6'8" elderly human, 400 pounds, blonde but balding, with white skin, blue eyes, and wearing a business suit even at this time of night. He is giving an encouraging, motivating speech. He says, "Brothers and sisters, we did not come here for our baptisms randomly. We have been gifted an opportunity, a chance for us to claim what is rightfully ours. The clam of abundance is meant for us. We just need to have faith, and we'll find it. Let's keep going." He directs half of his people to go down into the depths, and the other half to come with him up to the kitchen level.
I feel like I'm not inclined to rescue them. Is that awful? Like they're making their own choices.
I've got to try.
Okay.
The clam has already left the resort. It is on its way to the mainland. You will not find it here.
Do a mental check to persuade him that what you say is true.
Oh, I'm going to assist. Yes, I saw it. It was stolen. We should all go to the surface and accost the person who took what is not theirs.
Okay, so with 1 mental and 1 help from Oliver, that would give me a range of 3. I'm going to try 12, which would give me 9 to 15.
I'm writing this down in order. I think I skipped the first number that was the 5 now that I'm looking backwards, but Whatever. I tried my best. Okay, and in order, the one after the 12 is a... Do you guys see it?
After the 12, 13?
6.
Yeah, it's a 6.
Oh, that 12. Okay.
Yeah.
I tried.
You did try, and he doesn't believe you. He looks at you with suspicion because you are lying to him. And he says, well, just in case you aren't telling the truth, you don't mind if I just continue to search for it down below. And he just gestures for his other half to keep going down below. Unfortunately, you did not succeed in saving the entire group, Grumm, but it was a good attempt. Those people gonna die. But anyway, he will continue up with you to the surface, acting as if he believed you, but actually just like pursuing his own ends, following his own goals.
I'm
Because he was heading
surprised.
up.
I'm surprised if he believes that he did not go himself.
One of the followers whispers blasphemy. But it was a really good attempt to save those people. That was nice of you. You have nice players. And you guys go up to the deck level. There are sun chairs. There's a pool with floaties. And there is a elderly dwarf woman with graying golden hair carrying a giant 3-foot golden clam in a lifeboat.
She got it back.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. She doesn't have it. The confusion on your face. Yeah, so she is just in a lifeboat. Honestly, I think our adventure sort of ends here because you convinced them you don't have a clam, so they're not going to fight you, right? The cultists would have fought you, just to let you guys know, if you had the clam. But you don't have the clam. You do have Brynry in the lifeboat. You do have Sarah with you in the lifeboat. And the only people who died are the people who didn't believe you at the end there and continued down to the depths to look for the clam. Yeah, that's quite the ending. So, to the final page.
I say, we could always hunt down the person who stole the clam. If you want to fight, we're going to get a fight.
For a future adventure. I'm going to read you guys out. You made it. You're at the top, free from the sinking platform structure. If you repaired the lifeboats. Because you arranged for their repair earlier, when you arrive at the top deck, the lifeboats work. They float. They hold people up out of the ocean. These good condition lifeboats are everything you could ask for in an emergency. Do you guys want to hear the bad ending if you hadn't repaired the lifeboats?
Oh, yeah, I would love to hear that. That's awesome.
It was like, the ability of the lifeboats to hold people up out of the ocean for any length of time is in serious question, and as the SKPs cram into them, some start to sink faster than others, causing some people to flee to the better floating boats, overloading them, causing those to start to sink. Some pool floaties in the pool merge with the water of the ocean, and people cling to them, tired, as the sun rises and the first boat of happy tourists arrives, shocked and dismayed to find that the platform that they were going to vacation to has become one with the sea. Thank you for joining us, everyone. If you'd like to hear other possible paths and outcomes, please listen to the companion episode. It was super different. Having heard both now, I don't want to give any spoilers, but I'll say it was super different. Thank you guys for saving Sarah Desiree. It's too bad you lost the claw. But perhaps you'll find out who that man in his 30s with short brown hair was if you listen to the other adventure. You absolutely will. So, joining us for this adventure were Grumm Mozar.
At least I didn't sink to the bottom.
And Oliver Budd.
Yeah, we lived.
Just adding a little bit after we stopped recording to say, who invited you here? You'll never know unless you listen to the companion episode. Goodbye.